you here.
Now. Action.
We're bringing in our special guest, our producer
there she
and
is.
editor, Kelsey Meyers. The lingo in the biz.
In the biz.
Basically, I'm editing while you guys are talking.
I just realized what BTS is. Was Coors Light invented in 1991?
You know what? If I have to fart, I'm farting.
Basically, I find out all this stuff when you guys talk about it.
Well, listen, here's the thing.
I look at some of my old videos that I would do. It's like, oh, and we posted that.
Yeah.
But he's a dick.
What comes up in your
Yeah.
algorithm?
I'm glad this is recorded because just in case I forget.
There you go.
Oh, well, it was a great episode. Okay, so. All right, peace out. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Right away, we're bringing in our special guest, our producer
there she
and
is.
editor of Listen, Here's the Thing, Kelsey Meyers.
Thank you. I'm going to put in an applaud in the background.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Are you nervous?
Maybe a little.
Okay.
Chug your beer.
Yeah.
Chug your beer right now.
Chug a log.
I told you, it makes me pretty burpy.
That's okay.
It's okay. We don't care. We'll add. I mean, you'll edit it out.
Yeah.
That is true.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I would like to premise this with, when I asked you last week, I said, can we ask you anything? Can we talk about anything? You're like, yeah, because I'm just going to edit it.
I mean, I do have that control.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. But then, do we have creative control to be like, hey, I know we talked about this. I really wanted it in the pod.
We'll have to debate on that.
We'll see.
TBD. TBD. All right. Well, we are starting this episode out with our 2 truths and a lie, and then
Yeah.
we have
Okay.
to guess at the end.
Oh, we have all episode to muster over
Yes.
it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So am I going first?
You go
You
first.
can go first.
Okay.
Right.
So my 2 truths and a lie are, I played the clarinet in high school. I was born in 2001. And I prefer mountains over beaches.
Wait, I got to write down my answer because I won't remember by the end of the show. Hold on.
But we can repeat it. You don't think you'd remember your answer if she said her 2
don't
truths
know.
and a lie again? It's really funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, my turn. My dad won the lotto. My father-in-law is a Freemason in Canada. And Gordie Howe hunted on my great-grandma's property.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that's super hard. All right. All right. Mine is my sister and I have kissed the same boy. I love folding sheets, especially fitted sheets. And I have been kicked out of Shooters multiple times in the same night. And Shooters is the college bar where we all went to school at Fair State University. So,
Okay.
right. So there they are.
Okay. I'll have to
Ponder
think.
and think.
So another celebration is that it's our 40th episode.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that
It
crazy?
is our 40th episode.
It's just crazy that we've gone so far and to see the evolution of how
Yes.
far you guys have grown. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we can bloop. Kelsey will pop up our very, first
one.
set.
We're less shiny.
We're
Yeah.
less
You know what I
shiny.
mean? I feel
And
like our
it's-
makeup has evolved.
Well, we were shit faced on our first
That's
podcast
true.
too.
you were.
That's
Yeah.
That didn't even see the light of day.
But we found the OG Listen, Here's the Thing.
From where? Her
Like
patio?
in
From
your
my
guys'
sunroom?
Yeah.
No way. We have to put that up.
So loop. I'll pop it up right here.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
I didn't listen to it.
Shit faced then too.
I think we drank.
I don't even know what we were talking about. We talked about nothing. Similar to every other episode.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it, but I just remember you guys were in the sunroom. Did you guys have the
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
headsets on.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
like we were pilots.
yeah.
And our husbands were there.
Yes, just staring at us while we talked.
Yeah. We're drinking. Yeah. That was fun.
No, I mean it's a great set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get started on just answering questions, I have
Yes.
to tell you guys, I watched Baby Girl last night.
Thoughts.
Terrible.
Right.
I mean, I didn't even watch all of it because I got to the part where she went to the disco and the flashing lights almost gave me a stroke.
Oh gosh.
I was like, I have to turn this shit off. It is so bad. And also, just the whole thing of her, clearly she wanted to be dominated, right?
Yes,
She
yeah.
had something going on in her life. some point.
But they didn't give enough backstory for that.
No, but and why was she so combative with everything? Like she was like hitting people, like her, including her husband.
Oh gosh.
Because she's like, you've never given me an orgasm.
Yeah.
And he's like, we've been married 19 years. This is new news.
Is that the movie where they're like she's drinking milk or
Yes.
something
Yes,
like
like
that?
Yes. It's
I didn't
Nicole
see
Kidman
it.
and like this English dude. In real life, he's English.
he
he's
is?
not. He's not English on the
Oh.
show. But I don't know. There's no way that kid was going to seduce. She was like the CEO of an Amazon,
Like a
but not
robotics
Amazon.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so big, powerful woman. Not believable.
Not
at all.
believable.
No.
And also, I know I'm late to the party with this movie
Yeah.
because I think it came out a long time ago. It's just free now.
Yeah. Oh no, I paid for the rental, and I was like, "This is stupid."
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like soft porn. It
Oh.
was dumb.
And I was on the Nicole Kidman train because I also tried to watch that movie Holland.
Oh, yeah, you talked
Don't.
about that.
I'm telling you right now. Don't even waste your time by hitting play.
What was bad
This
about
shit
it?
is so bad that I almost did Candy Crush on my phone because it was that fucking boring. It was that boring, and I don't even play games on my
Are
phone.
these all the things you're watching while your family's gone?
Yes.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I'm reading my book. Oh, so much stuff. I still need to clean my pantry.
Wait, did you watch You, the new season of
No,
You?
I gotta wait for Randy. I know what movies I can do and what kind I
Okay.
can't.
Okay,
You know what
I watched
mean?
it without Chris.
Yeah. Well,
Was
he,
it good?
He didn't watch the seasons before.
He watched season 1, and then he never got into it after that.
We've watched every season together.
Last season was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird with all the other people.
Yeah.
Like the British people.
Schmeh on the final season.
Really?
Did
Did
you
you watch
I
the whole
watched
thing?
it. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How
What
many
would you rate
episodes?
it?
8, maybe.
Oh.
I would get on a scale of what? 5 or 10?
10.
On a scale of 10, 6.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
because there's a little bit of closure. But
So you don't think there'll be another season?
and there's a good twist. Oh no, this is the final season. There's a good twist, but meh, schmeh.
Okay.
No, season 1, hands
Yeah.
down the best episode.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I also finished The Pit
Oh, I still
season
finished the
finale. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
So it got cleared for a second season.
Do you watch any
Do you
of these
watch
shows?
these shows?
But
Oh.
I started The Pit, and then my Max was being kind of wonky, so I stopped.
What do you watch?
Comedies mostly.
Yeah,
I
like what
rewatch
comedies?
a lot of stuff. So
Old stuff?
like The Office.
Oh, you do.
Parks and Rec is probably my
Okay.
favorite. Recently, I've been watching Friends, and I'm almost done
Okay.
with that. I've never finished it.
Like you've never finished the season
You've never
ever?
ever watched
No.
it.
I think I'm in season 8, so I
Okay.
think there's
How
one
many
or
seasons?
2 left.
Okay.
And then like
Are
Modern
Rachel and Ross
Family.
together yet?
They were, and now
And then they were on a
there's
break.
Yep. Yeah, they were on a break. yeah. But now Rachel is pregnant
Okay.
with Ross's baby.
Yes.
And that was like the huge twist.
Okay.
Because it was kind of getting boring at the end, and then that happened, and we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
well,
Have you ever watched Seinfeld?
no.
Okay.
But
That's
like
a good series to get
I
into.
remember like when I was younger, like it being on and we watch it for a second and then find something else.
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek.
No.
That's a good one too.
You got to get past the first couple episodes of
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek, and then it gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, so there's this thing about like your generation, my daughter's the same way, about rewatching shows over and over again, and it's a comfort thing. So especially like if you're stressed out or you're having like a little bit of anxiety, it's just helpful to watch it because you know what's going to happen. Whether it's a feel good feeling or a sad feeling, you already know what to expect.
Yeah.
So
I think my thing is like I just like to have it on in the background and just be able to listen to it, and then like when the funny parts come on, I can laugh at that.
Yeah.
But,
Those
like,
are good background shows.
like it's mindless shows. You don't necessarily have to pay attention
Yes.
to know the whole story.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I used to watch Sex in the City all the time in the background.
Oh, me too.
Oh, season after season after season. And now there's a new season of And Just Like That.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's out.
Oh, it's already out?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Something
Yeah.
else to watch.
Yeah,
But
I didn't finish last season.
I have been influenced by you guys a few
Ooh.
times
Oh.
watching
Tell us more.
the the real lives of Mormon wives.
Yes.
I binged watched that.
Is there a
And
second season?
It's coming.
It's out right now?
I don't
No,
know
I
if it's
don't think
out
it's out
now,
yet.
but it's coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And also the Chimp Crazy.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
Which, speaking of which, we were in Grand Rapids maybe a few weekends ago. I swear to God, there was a lady in there. I had to do like
like Tanya?
a triple take, like hair like that. Makeup was all crazy.
Lips.
Maybe maybe not like plump, but like the liner definitely. And I swear to God, I was like, wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait, was her name Tanya?
The
Tanya
crazy
and
lady.
Tonka.
Yeah,
they were like-
Chimp.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were like a couple, kind of. Well, this is your last episode
Well,
Kinda, sorta.
Kind of, sort of. This is
here in Midland.
Well, no.
No?
No, 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we wanted to make it the 40th episode
Yeah.
so that it was
Okay,
like an
got it.
anniversary episode, exciting,
Yeah.
and not the stress of it being her last week.
Okay.
Right.
Because I mean, emotions will be high. She's gonna cry every day.
Right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
But we're not losing Kelsey.
No.
She's
I'm
just,
moving
Tell us about your move. Where you're moving. Well, you don't have to tell us the town. But
my
like
address.
your address, your social.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be moving to Arizona in the end of May.
Yeah.
With my lovely girlfriend.
Yay.
And we're moving to Chandler.
Okay.
But really, this is a huge thing for us.
Right.
One,
Yeah.
we've never lived together, and 2, we've
Ooh.
never really moved.
And you're not
like
living
this.
in either one of your towns,
Right.
Yeah.
which is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
Actually.
So you guys both born and raised in Michigan.
Yeah.
Now, you grew up in the UP, right? So bigger move for her to go to Big Rapids.
Yeah.
And go to school. You were only like an hour and a half away.
Pretty much, yeah.
So this is. And did you stay in your same childhood home your whole life?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you've had a couple of baby moves. There's college.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
moved to Midland to do your internship, and then we hired you on because you're amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's what I keep kind of like telling myself is like it's going to be like college, just a lot farther and maybe a little bit longer. So
Yeah. Now, how are the families with this? Just distance wise.
my family are very much homebodies.
Okay.
They've lived in Charlotte or surrounding towns pretty much their whole
Yeah.
lives. So they're
Charlotte, not to be mistaken with Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah.
Even though it's spelled exactly the
the
same
same.
way.
Yeah. There's been a few of those, yeah.
Yeah.
And same with Charlotte is close to Nashville, Michigan. And a lot of people don't know that there's a Nashville, Michigan.
I did not know.
I
Yeah.
was today years old when I found out there was.
It's a
Nashville,
village,
Michigan.
but
Okay.
yeah.
How cute.
Yeah.
Is it cute?
There's
Just like one of those like middle Michigan towns.
there's like one stoplight.
Yeah. I went to college with a guy from Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well, Nikki, she was my sorority sister at Ferris, and she did our photography for our first
Yeah.
photo shoot. She's grew up in Charlotte.
oh yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, my family they're obviously very excited for me and very
Yeah.
happy for me. And I'm like, well, travel and communication is a lot more easier nowadays.
Yes.
So
Right.
if anything happens, I can get on a plane and go. But obviously they're really sad.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, of course. But it's a fun place to visit, especially November through
March.
April.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're moving at a really great time when it's about like 110 degrees.
Yeah,
So hot.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm
we
really
will go
excited.
outside the whole summer. I used to work there, so I had Phoenix as part
Okay,
of
yeah.
my area, and wow, in the summer you just wouldn't want to do anything. But that's okay. You'll make it through, and then it'll be great.
No,
Yeah.
it's time you get to go on an adventure. That's what your 20s are for.
100%.
Adventure. Yeah.
And I love the fact that neither of you have ever lived there and aren't from there. So when I moved with Randy, he was in Philly, but he had already established this whole life in Philadelphia with friends and already ex-girlfriends and all that kind of shit. And so when we moved together to California, it was our whole new town
Yeah.
and adventure. And we could make the same, start memories together, just the two of us. So I think that's really special for you guys.
Now, when you were in college, would you guys like have sleepovers night after night at somebody's place?
Like her and I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like my senior year, my last semester, I basically lived with her.
Yeah.
I didn't really live with my roommate.
Okay, and how did you guys meet? Do I know this?
Well, do you know Schuberg's?
Of course.
In Big
Do I know
Rapids?
Schuberg's? Yes.
We met at Schuberg's.
Okay.
Pretty much. So
Having a shoe burger?
well, it was actually my first time going.
Okay.
And was it your first time going? Or no? Oh, okay. Well, it was my first time going, and it was like the first beautiful day in Big Rapids.
Okay.
And my
What
friend,
year? Senior year?
2022.
Okay, so
I was a sophomore.
Okay,
Okay.
And
and Caitlin was sophomore, same?
freshman.
Freshman.
So
Cradle rubber.
So, like my friends and I went, and we had just gotten back from the lake, and we were like, we were just so hungry. Let's go sit down and eat. And we just so happened to. It was really busy that day because it was so nice out. And we sat where we sat, and I sat like at this table, and I was right on the edge, and I could see kind of all the other tables, and she was sitting with her friend a few tables away, and like there was a TV above her, and I kept like watching it like while my friends were talking, and like I would look down and she'd be staring at me, and I'm like, okay. And so then I'm like, keep in mind I hadn't eaten anything all day. It's like 5 o'clock. I'm starving.
Yeah.
I had the most messiest burger you could think. I think it was like the Brew Shoe. So there's like cheese and barbecue
It's
sauce
like dripping
on it.
all down your arm
Yeah,
and your face.
I pounded that thing and just demolished it. She was staring at me the whole entire time.
And she was like, yes.
well, like
Yes.
the one.
she was
She's
like
mine.
she was like staring and smiling, and like I'm looking at my friends. I'm like, is anyone else saying
we
this?
getting
Like
this
I didn't
vibe?
say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
And so then we got up and left, and she was still sitting there, and like we walked outside, and my best friend, who was also in Big Rapids with me, I walked down, I'm like, Jill, I think there's a girl like staring at me. She was like, Psh, no. Oh, no,
Jill.
there's no way. And she was like, no. And I'm like, I'm being so dead ass right now. I think there was a girl completely staring at me. And so then like I didn't really know what to do. My roommate and I, we were going back to our apartment, and I was telling her, I was like, Kate, like, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but there was a girl staring at me. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, how do I find out who it is? Because, like, I didn't know her name. We didn't go up to each other or anything. And so there was an app called Yik Yak, and it's basically, like, community-based. So everybody joins anonymously. And so, like, you can see what's going on in Big Rapids.
Okay.
So people can be like, oh, is the library open? Or is
That's a boring
Is
question.
anyone
Is there
going
a
to
party?
Shooters?
Is anyone going to
Okay.
Shooters, or you know, crazy things like that?
Yeah.
So it was really big at the time, and
Okay.
so I was on there, and I was getting ready to type something out and be like, if you were at Schuberg's, like I was the girl here, you were staring at me, whatever.
Oh, so
in the
this
middle
is
of-
kind of like the classifieds,
Yeah.
but
So
app
awesome.
version.
In the
Okay.
middle of typing it out, and my roommate and I are driving to our apartment, and I like, as soon as I open it up, it says, to the girl who was in the Hey Dudes, gray shorts, and something else. There was a girl with a red skirt sitting across from you. I was the girl staring at you. And I turned to my roommate, and I was like, ah! And we're like screaming and like all this stuff. And I'm like, no way. I'm like, because my friend had a red skirt on and like all this stuff. So then like I reached out to her on there, and then we started just talking from there.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a great story.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then you guys have been together ever since then.
Yeah.
Well, Schuberg's is a magical
It
place.
is.
Chris and I were just friends forever, and he kind of liked me. He also kind of liked one of my sorority sisters. And his mom and dad were coming into town, and he wanted both of us to meet his mom and dad and hang out.
No, he didn't.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, I had a boyfriend, so it was
Oh, okay.
totally okay, right? So I go to this girl's place, and I'm like, hey, Keith's waiting for us at Schuberg's with his mom and dad. Let's go. She was having like...
Wait, did you, under what, like what was the whole invite? Hey, I like two girls.
No.
Would you please
I
come
didn't
meet
really
me?
know that
Oh.
he liked me.
Oh,
I had a
okay.
boyfriend. I mean, I could sense it, but I didn't really know. But he was just inviting us as like, oh, my friends, like come meet my mom and dad because you guys are awesome. And we're like, great, fantastic. So I'm waiting for her to get ready, and she's not getting ready. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going without you. I'm like, we're already late. I go, I don't want to be rude. His mom and dad are waiting for us. So I walked through the back door, and he was like staring at the back door, and he's like, when you walked in, especially when you were by yourself, I knew you were the one.
Oh.
So, right?
Oh.
Schuberg's. Magic Spoons in Big Rapids.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I've had their popcorn. That's about
their popcorn's good.
Popcorn's awesome.
That's about all I can eat in Schuberg's these days. But
that's to the extent of my Schuberg love story.
That's really All right, so basically, Kelsey, we're just going to interview you this entire thing. Of course, stories and amazing things are going to come from our questions. But what we want to know is some behind-the-scenes realness. Okay? So the first question, what's one thing about producing Listen, Here's the Thing that people would never guess?
Before we film, I always ask what the title is. And the title doesn't always match what is talked about. I can't remember. Oh, it was like a few.
Last week. It was, is Meko going to golf this spring?
Because I was actually going to bring that up, and then I totally forgot to.
The original title was, Is Meko Playing Golf? And I didn't realize it until I started editing. I was like, we didn't talk about golf at all.
Totally.
But there's been a few times where that's come up, and I'm like, we should probably change this or...
Creativity was not my... degree.
Right. I'll just get a Teams message from Kelsey, be like, so do you really want to keep this title? And I'm like, nah, we can change it to this.
Yeah. In other words, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to be honest. Who is harder to keep track of, Katie or me?
Like, and what do you mean?
Well, like, I don't know. I guess maybe all of it. So when we're at the beginning, you know, somebody's in the bathroom. Somebody's doing their makeup. We sit down kind of at the same time. But
then
then
during
we gotta
filming
get going
and then during post. Post means when she's editing before the final edit.
Is that it?
Yeah.
As they say in the biz.
I would probably say Katie. Just like, I mean, it's pretty equal, but like, you know.
She's more of a shit show than I am. Is what you're
I
saying.
mean, you said that, not me. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Noted.
No, I think it's just...
You can be honest here, Kelsey.
I don't know. You talk a lot louder, and so there's...
So it's harder to edit for voice control?
Sometimes.
Voice modulation is the serious thing, Tina Fey.
But I will say also sometimes, like when Meko gets here, it's like, okay, where's Meko? Where'd Meko go? Or sometimes you disappear to the bathroom and, oh, where'd Meko go?
I have a very small bladder.
So do I, so it's okay.
That's hilarious.
What is the wildest or funniest moment that's happened behind the scenes that listeners never got to hear? We're actually kind of boring, but I just want to see if you can pull something out.
Like that you guys have said that I've had to take out, or like
all the things.
Something's
Or
happened
anybody.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, both. All the things.
Like after the episode's done and like we're getting ready to go home, we shut down all the lights and you guys are still talking. Like it's Listen, Here's the Thing after hours.
Yes.
And there are some things that just can't be mentioned on the podcast that have to be.
Okay.
Oh, totally.
That you guys don't.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah. I can't think of
yeah.
any right now, but yeah.
Is there anything like behind the control booth?
There's a few times where like, I mean, Chad walks around and takes pictures. And so sometimes we'll pause and him and I will just take pictures together.
Well, that evidence shows up.
Yeah. It's cute.
Yeah.
So you are 24. How old are you?
3.
Okay. What's something you learned about women over 40 by producing this podcast? Or otherwise known as your mom's friends. Your mom's age.
I didn't know there was a thing, perimenopause. I guess I still don't really know what that is, but like, because isn't that before,
It's before
menopause?
yeah.
I just thought menopause was like an overarching thing.
No, it's all the pre-shit that happens.
Yeah.
You're technically only in menopause for a day,
Okay.
but you're postmenopausal after that. It's very technical.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You're in menopause for one day. It's the day you never get another period.
Like when your body just says, nope, no more.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it. And then everything past that is postmenopausal. Before that, so you're in perimenopause for years.
Oh,
10 to 15
that was
years.
my question: is how long is it?
So you can thank us
Everybody's
later,
different.
ladies, for talking about this now because our moms never talked about this, which is why we're discovering all this shit right now.
Yeah.
And people are talking about, there are podcasts about it, there are blogs about it, there are Instagram dedicated pages for it, is because it's a thing and we're a very big population of women and we're pretty vocal.
And we're not scared to talk about it anymore.
Right.
Where before
It's
you would
not
just
taboo.
like mind your P's and Q's and not really say anything. You don't want your husband to be upset. You don't want anybody to know.
Well, I remember in high school, like my friends and I were very open about our periods and like everything about that, and we didn't really have any shame talking about it.
Yeah.
Because it's what we have to go through.
It's what happens. Yeah.
And I remember like we must have been talking about it in front of my mom or something, and she's like, "I think it's so funny you guys are just so openly talking about this," and I'm like, "Is it
your mom
not
didn't do that?
normal?" Like,
I did when I was in high school.
I don't know.
Yeah, with my friends, like, you know, behind closed
Yeah.
doors. But
Like I would never in front of my dad.
yeah, no, my dad would always sense, like, and I mean, being a mom, like, you can sense when your daughter is about to have her period. Like, the emotions are high, everything, you know, the vulnerability
The
is
bitchiness
so
is
intense, and the
100%.
bitchiness is out of control. They haven't learned to, like, reel it in. Now, I think I reel it in, but then my family will also let me know, like, yeah, you didn't really reel it in. And I'm like, oh, you should have seen it if I wasn't reeling it in,
Yeah.
right? What would have happened? And I'll never forget, my sister and I would get so pissed because we'd be thinking that our emotions and everything were so valid. And my dad would be like, are you about to get your period?
Yeah.
And then you would get even more pissed
yeah.
because you're like, what the fuck does that matter?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And be like, yes, by the way, you know, tomorrow.
That's
It's on the calendar.
equivalent. That's equivalent to someone saying, "Calm down."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
I am
completely
calm.
the
What do you
opposite.
mean?
Yeah. Right? Oh no, I think periods and talking about periods should be totally normal.
Yeah.
And like someone who has had digestive issues their entire life, you know what? If I have to fart, I'm farting. Now I will know when I shouldn't really just let it squeak out. This is really funny. It would be funny if Chad and Jason say anything about this. Okay, because last week, I don't know, my stomach was bothering me and I was working over there. Right? And there was a couple times I squeaked out a little fart. I was by myself in that room. And I was like, wasn't expecting that to vibrate off the chair. And then they were talking in the editing room and then all of a sudden they just stopped.
quiet.
And I was like, bet they heard that.
Sorry.
It
You're lucky you're not in
happens.
the same room.
It wasn't stinky.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, I also wasn't expecting it to make any noise either. I thought it
You
was
never
just gonna,
know.
like be like a poof. But it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was
You
more
never
of a,
know.
It happens. It happens.
Well, I think that's a good point. And so you should keep on talking about stuff like that because it's only going to benefit you and everyone else in your age group to do that, men and women, you know?
It's going to happen. Right? You can't stop it.
Yeah.
So it's inevitable. So I have a question.
Okay.
What is your favorite part of the podcast process? Is it recording it, editing it, or dealing with us?
I would say my favorite part is making the social reels.
Okay.
Because I like to say that like not everybody gets to, this was like internship time.
Yes.
Not everybody gets fun to make fun of their bosses
Yeah.
with
It's like your
videos.
internal roast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like our joke
get that.
is like even back when I was in school that like we have so much power with
You
this
do.
edit. Like we could make a sentence that you didn't even say. So not that I've done
True
that,
story.
Oh,
but like
okay.
it's just fun like the silly things that you say like, oh, I squeaked out a fart or something like that. And like
I think you actually have cut to that because we one time had a social reel that was like cheese.
yeah.
And then, like it makes me fart or something. We were talking.
You said that.
Yeah.
I said it gives me gas, but it was something about you farting.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
You've said it a few times,
Yeah.
but it's like just no context.
I
like,
fart.
just no
Everyone
context. And then
farts.
like it
Yeah.
cuts to like another thing Meko says that's maybe pretty serious or something.
Yeah,
And then
no.
cuts back to you. And you're like,
No, when you put the promo together, it's really good because it's just like good, like sentences or
Yeah.
phrases.
yeah, I would say like that process of like figuring out how to make the teaser to the episode is pretty fun because like I watch through the whole episode while I'm editing and pick certain parts and pull them out and to create that.
Your editing skills, and I know nothing about this, but from the first episode to now, it's just like you turn it.
Yes.
Fast.
No, you do turn it pretty fast. One, it could be because we're really good talent and you don't have to edit a whole lot.
That's most of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
But also, I mean, just watching you grow from bringing you on as an intern to where you're at now, that when you first were like, I'm moving to Arizona, I was like, okay, what the fuck? Because I don't want to lose you,
Yeah.
you know? So,
It's hard for me unless I go back and look at all my old stuff like
Yeah.
from when we first got here. It's hard for me to see like I've actually grown, but then like I look at some of my old videos that I would do randomly and it's like oh, and we posted that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Have your professor, like old professors or anything, ever commented on any of your work?
Maybe
they would
in
be so
school.
proud.
In
Yeah.
school, but I don't know.
No, I mean
about-
like now.
they have to me.
yeah.
Because I deal with the professors as like bringing in new interns to Ferris, and they like praise Kelsey as like one of their
Well,
best
you're
students. and, like, the way that
award-winning
you've grown.
Something
producer.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the joke was in school, at least my senior year, I was the face of TDMP because my face was all over for TDMP.
What's
I was
TDMP?
Television and Digital Media Production.
Okay.
Which was the program that I graduated
Okay.
from. But like all over TDMP and also like at one point I was actually on the Ferris main website, like so it was just a running joke. And then my senior year we did a documentary and I was interviewed for it, and so then that just added on to it.
Right.
And so
What was your documentary about?
Ferris in general. So it was their 150
Ferris through the years?
Yeah, it was
Oh, I
their
must have missed that call.
Well, to
Anyway.
be fair, we didn't know you back then.
Okay.
So if we would have known you,
I would have been a
But back in the 90s, Meko was the face on the billboard.
You did tell me
everywhere.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
I was the face of diversity at Ferris State.
yeah,
Yeah.
My white friend, my black friend, me, and another blonde girl.
no
I think.
white
Yeah.
males. Yeah.
No. Okay, was there ever an episode where you thought, this is so chaotic, it's going to be awesome? Like awesome, awesome.
Yeah. Yes, but like the problem is I don't know what episode it was.
Okay.
Like I remember there's been so many times where like Chad and I have a piece of paper back there and like we'll write out like this is gonna be a good episode or something like but I don't know what.
What makes it good?
Yeah.
Is it probably just a
Like
lot
I
of-
don't know what episode it was, but like just I guess one that sticks out was the menopause episode.
Okay.
Like you guys, that was probably my favorite episode. Because you guys were like I don't know, something was in the air and y'all were both like not on edge, but you just weren't taking anything. And like it was
I don't
just
remember that. Do you?
No, but I think maybe we were just being honest. And we were
Yeah.
just on a roll, right?
Yeah.
And just
pretty much
passionate about
yeah.
what we were talking
That pretty
about.
much was it. Was
Yeah.
that you were passionate about what you're talking about and like menopause should be talked about more,
Yeah.
like all this stuff. And I'm like, this is gonna be a good episode.
Yeah. So sort of like the Harrison Butker episode.
Oh yeah. yeah. Yeah.
Meko was very passionate.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Motherfucker. Yes. Yes.
But then what was it when we had espresso martinis? Was that the first time we had vodka? And I just remember being like, oh wow, this was a different type of buzz and a different type
That
of vibe.
and the white wine. You guys got white wine drunk.
yeah.
White wine drunk does hit a little
Yeah,
different.
it does.
Yeah. I was feeling
that
a little
with Jodie
zippy.
Bromley? Did we have white
No,
wine with
I think
her?
she just drank white wine by
Oh, okay.
herself.
But there was an episode, I think pretty early on, you guys had white wine.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we
Must
both
have been
forgot
out.
wine, and I do have white wine in the
Yeah.
fridge, like in the back room.
And you were
Is it
like,
behind glass, like break if there's an emergency?
it should be.
Pretty
type
much.
of,
Yeah.
type of thing.
But yeah, you were like, white wine drunk really just makes you say a whole lot of stuff.
Oh goodness, that's funny. What has been the biggest technical challenge that you've had to overcome while working on the show?
I guess like last episode, it's not shown because I try to work around it, but sometimes the cameras glitch out. So like your camera specifically would just have like 2 or 3 frames of just black.
Okay.
So like you'd be talking really passionately and then all of a sudden like I'd be on you and it would cut to black, so then I'd have to cut away. So
Oh, such a lost,
Bummer.
amazing footage.
well, that and like if I want to make a reel out of it, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So, I mean, I could use like the wide camera.
Yeah.
But I like the closer
Right.
cameras.
It's just not the same effect.
But
We're gonna have to talk to somebody about that.
I know.
What, new cameras? Oh, right. Yeah. Seems like a cheap investment.
But yeah, probably that. And then the beginning was definitely like, because we didn't switch live.
Yeah.
Now we switch live, which has been a lifesaver. So basically, I'm editing while you guys are talking.
What?
So
Not
yeah.
this
Cool.
episode.
Not this
Unless
episode.
you've given Jay rules.
No,
Oh.
he's got it.
I love that
trust
Jay
him.
is still wearing the Maple Leafs hat. Are they still in the playoffs?
Yes.
Good Lord, these playoffs.
Well,
last
it's a
until-
7-game series. They could have clinched it, and then Ottawa won in overtime. So then it's got to go to the next game.
Okay.
which is tonight.
When is the final Stanley Cup playoff? Like July 4th?
Well, yeah, unless they all go to Game 7. That's like last year. A lot of them went to Game 7,
Oh,
and
wow.
every single round it took forever.
Wow. Are the Red Wings out?
Yeah, I don't even think they made it to the playoffs, did they?
Well, that's sad.
Yeah. Neither did the Blackhawks or the Penguins
Oh.
or the Bruins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bummer.
A lot of Canadian teams though. No, Montreal needs to lose. I don't have them moving on. So okay.
Okay, what's your biggest technical challenge with...
We just did that one.
Oh,
Next
we
one.
did. Let me ask the questions all over again like
Okay,
I do in
okay.
every episode. Okay, what episode are you, or moment, are you secretly most proud of helping us pull off?
If these are hard questions,
These
then
are
we're
hard.
really good at
Sorry.
what we
I was
do.
gonna
And we're like,
say.
answer us. We should have brought our light, like our...
I think it just there's been 40 episodes.
Yeah,
so, like,
so many to think about.
There's I guess like the thing that really stands out is like in the beginning, like if you guys didn't necessarily open up the podcast the greatest,
Yeah.
it was kind of like awkward and a little stiff, like, and we would have to restart it like at the end, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like when we're done recording,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
stop and be like, all right, let's do an intro really quick.
Right.
You guys
Remember
have
that.
just, your flow is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're naturals.
Yeah.
You can say it.
with a little bit of coaching from a few people, but yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Oh, well, thanks, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Okay, well then this one you're probably just gonna say no. But have you ever had to save us during an episode? I mean, we've never fought. It's not like you had to like
Yeah, no.
pull us apart or anything
She
like
saved
that.
us though with like her when we blank on a lot of things
Yeah, like
and we're wrong on a lot. We never proclaimed to be an expert at anything.
Oh
Right.
no, we are very honest. We need to be fact checked
Yeah.
Every
right?
time.
We are experts at nothing. Our opinion matters, but
Yeah.
it's
We're
nothing's
not.
valid.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know nothing.
Yeah. So
Start there and then it only improves.
So I guess yeah, like when you guys are blanking and I'm like, I think it's this, so I just say it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
The cast iron pan. There was one time.
Oh, right.
You were like, "What is that pan? It's not
Sounds
this one."
like
and I was like,
put it in
"Cast
the
iron."
oven.
Oh yeah, cast iron.
Yeah. No, we definitely need help sometimes.
Yeah. But then again, I don't always know either, so it's
Menopause brain. Well, also because you're a couple decades behind us, right? Like we could be your mom.
true.
Easy. easily could.
I mean,
Okay, so if you're 24, I would have had you at 20.
23.
No, because I'm 52.
I'm 23.
Oh, well, that makes it worse.
I would have had you at 22, 21, 22. Totally legit.
I would have had you at 27, which is when normal people have children.
So, I mean,
Instead of 30, I was 32 when I had my first kid.
I was 26.
Wow. Kelsey, you could be my little baby.
Right? All right. Well, on to the sentimental stuff, Meko.
I know.
Oh, gosh.
How has working on Listen, Here's the Thing changed how you listen to podcasts or content?
I never listen to podcasts.
You don't?
Like, I never did.
Oh,
And
now
then
do you?
once- Oh, yeah. I've listened. There's like a few podcasts that I listen to that I wait for every week.
What do you
like what?
What's your favorite?
They're silly. Like,
That's okay.
I like comedy stuff. So, Caleb Heron, who is a comedian.
Okay.
He has a podcast called So True.
Okay.
And he brings on comedians that he talks to and stuff like that. And he's just so funny in general.
So is he like dirty funny? Is
Just
he
sarcastic funny.
Okay. I
love
So, yeah.
Is he a new comedian?
He's younger. I think he
Oh,
just
okay.
turned like 30.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
I think within the past few years, he's been.
And he has his own podcast? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool.
So has any comedian, like has Theo Vaughn been on his podcast? Like anybody, like a name I would recognize?
Maybe names you would recognize, but I didn't.
Oh, that you didn't
them.
recognize. Okay. Fair. What's his name?
Caleb Heron.
Okay.
And then just a few other like similar podcasts. There's two sisters that I listen to, and just their bickering back and forth is pretty funny. Like they don't talk about anything. Like
Yeah.
it's similar to like what you guys listen to.
Yeah.
Talk about like shows.
Yeah.
What you guys did this weekend, or and
Yeah, we are not solving world peace or world hunger or curing cancer here.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I never really listened to podcasts before doing podcasts. But what was the question again?
Is working on Listen, Here's the Thing changed how you listen to podcasts or create content?
I guess another thing is, I mean, this goes for all of like TV and production in general. Like it's ruined how I watch or how I listen to things because I know
Ooh, yep.
how it works. So like there's a few times where I listen to podcasts and like I listen to them in my car mostly, and the audio is so low that I have to have it all the way up.
Yeah.
And where other podcasts, it's like they're perfectly fine.
Right.
So, I guess in
Why
that
is
sense,
that? Like, do people record really low, or is it a technical
I
thing?
think that's pretty much it, or they just didn't fix it.
Or they're like low talkers. I hate that.
Sometimes it is
Yeah.
that too, where like they start off really high and then they like start really low, and then it's
Or
like-
they don't realize that their microphone's moving away from their
That too,
face and
yeah.
no one's
Yeah.
correcting it, yeah. All right, what are you gonna miss most about not being here live when we film the show and editing from 1,500 miles away?
Probably everything. Like I really enjoy like setting everything up and like talking to you guys before and just being
your
able
buds.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Probably should have said that first. No,
Sorry,
like
guys.
I like being able to have control. And so
Yeah.
when they're having control, like I can fix it
Yeah.
if it needs to be fixed. Not saying that it's going to need fixed. I'm sorry, but I just like to have control.
All right, well, I love this
Sorry.
truth serum, so it's time for you to open another brewski. I can see that
Probably.
you're empty. Meko
I'll do like I do at home.
ting, 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 ting. All right,
Okay, what are we drinking?
so today, is it a Tuesday wine or not?
No, I think it's great. I think it's beyond Tuesday.
You think it's beyond Tuesday?
Yeah.
How much do you think it was?
20. 29.
Oh, okay. So you're saying 29. My
What is your Tuesday
My
wine?
Tuesday wine cutoff is $25.
Oh, okay. I would say this is like 30, 35.
Yeah, it is a Tuesday wine. It is right at the cutoff. It was $24.95. No, this is what Dave Osceola brought us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, it's great. It's a Spanish wine. I think it's smooth. I think it's great. And it's
I love it.
awesome for being a Tuesday wine.
So didn't you try to get that at
Eastman Party Store.
and they didn't have any?
But they have it now. Shipment came
okay.
in. I bought the last 3 bottles on the shelf. So if they have any in the back, you can stop and get some. So, Kelsey, let's talk about your beverage on the episode today.
I was peeling
Peeling the label.
The
Is that a
label,
thing? Do you guys like to
but-
peel the labels?
I just was fidgeting, I guess.
Oh,
but
okay.
Coors Light is probably my drink of choice.
Yes.
And it was very delicious. Learned that the mountains are blue when it's cold.
Yeah. Totally never knew either.
I believe you did not know that.
I know. She's not alone. I mean, I didn't either.
Yeah, but you're not a beer drinker.
I know,
if
but
you
I-
were a Coors drinker, I'd be like, Meko, I can't believe you
I've
didn't
been
know that.
around Al Sol enough that I should know this information.
Well, and he's gonna know that the mountains are blue when it's cold. I mean, it's part of their campaign,
Oh.
people.
Well, now I know. And the mountains are not blue anymore because it's all gone.
Are they light blue?
No, it's empty.
It's-
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tuesday wine. Not a poor decision. It was delicious.
Cheers. Thank you, Dave.
Are your mountains still blue? Oh, they sure are.
What does that
No.
mean?
On the Coors Light bottle. If the beer was warm, they wouldn't be blue mountains. It would just
Oh,
be
yeah,
silver.
No way.
Yep.
Like, is that
That
always
marketing's
been a thing?
been around for like
I guess I didn't even
20
know that.
years. Yeah.
Wow. I never.
Right?
I've never drank Coors Light.
So it's like a hypercolor sticker.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Are you serious?
I never knew that was a thing
What?
either. But I don't.
To be
drink
fair,
it.
I did just start drinking Coors.
Why?
Oh,
What did you drink before?
I saw the tattoo on your arm or your bicep. I thought maybe you were a forever Coors Light
No,
drinker.
someone else also asked me that, and I said no. I just went to Colorado and got a tattoo.
you were
inspired.
moved. Yeah.
What did you drink before this? Like, what is your go-to beer in college when you had like 50 cents to rub together?
I mean,
Milwaukee's best.
anything we could find.
Right.
Really. So like
Cheap.
Truly's
Yeah.
or White Claws. But
Oh,
they're
so
just
you were,
Were those
you were a
cheap?
seltzer gal. gal.
Were those
Okay.
cheap in college?
maybe like $15, but like
That seems expensive for college.
it was also one of those things where like drinking before you were 21, you would just kind of have to find something
Whatever
Yeah.
you could get.
leftovers. So it was Truly's.
Yeah, you
or-
never had a fake.
I did not.
Did your mom listen? Is that why you're saying no?
She would be all for it if I did,
okay.
but no, I didn't.
They didn't do fakes in Charlotte.
I'm sure they did. No one gave me the memo.
Oh, that's rude.
Boo.
But that's okay.
Boo to the class of 2000 and what was it?
My graduating class?
Yeah.
From Charlotte.
2020.
2020. Oh, you know why?
Middle
Because
of
they were all
COVID.
locked
Yeah.
down.
But
All right.
my friends were older, so
So they just bought for you.
So it worked out well for you.
yeah. But really, like, I would say like my drink of choice then was like a Captain and Coke.
Oh, high end.
Then like I was like, oh well, I really like Angry Orchards, but then it just got really sweet
Yeah.
and just really gross. So I was like, I just need something plain.
Yeah.
And Coors
Light.
Busch Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, back in the day, I used to love a Coors Light. Chris actually got me into Coors Light when we started
You
dating.
drank that
yeah.
in college?
I drank beer in college. And
I think I drank Bud Light in college.
had the gut to prove it. Yeah. I drank a lot of beer in college.
Yeah.
But it was funny. So my mom and dad would give me an allowance at the top of the month. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to say, oh, this week I'm going to have Bud Light.
Oh.
And then as the weeks would progress through the month, it would end up being like Milwaukee's best by
Yeah,
the end.
Schlitz
for
Ice.
sure. Unless you were going to go in on a case with a friend.
Right.
I drank a lot of Captain my freshman year. Then I got my fraternity big brother, and he got me so drunk on Captain Morgan, I could not drink it again.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, it was
Sounds like a
it was
heart
donezo.
attack waiting to happen.
Yeah, that and Sprite and Bacardi Limon.
Oh gosh.
Can never have that again as long as I live either.
Yeah.
Gross.
It was Mike's Hard Lemonade. That was like, I mean, my freshman year, and you think you can handle so much, and I remember drinking like the, I don't know, they were purple. I remember that, and never again. I can't.
Like beers or seltzers were purple?
It was
Like
Mike's
a Bartles
lemonade.
and James?
Oh, it was a Mike's Hard Red, but like a purple.
But it was so sweet.
Well,
It was
yeah.
purple.
Okay.
And like
That's-
my lips were all purple.
Oh, yeah. Your
And
barf
it
was
just-
purple.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Like I can remember taking turns puking in the toilet, like with my friends.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I never got
Ew.
that.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, there were some wild nights. Wild nights.
Ew, gross. I don't think that anything was invented before. I don't think there was Coors Light invented in 1991? I don't remember. I don't remember ever seeing it. I always had just like whatever.
Well, Coors has been around forever. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I used to drink the Blue Motorcycles.
Oh,
Do you guys know
well,
what those
okay.
are? At
It
the
was-
Alibi?
At the Alibi. It was Scoreboard when I was at Ferris. But yes, that was the same owner. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it got demolished because it was so
Well, it's
gross.
Burger King now,
Oh, okay.
is where the Alibi used to be.
okay.
We used to call it the douche.
And then
'Cause only douchey
Scoreboard, I don't
people
think
hung
out there.
it even is a building anymore either. It's like right where you would turn to go on M20 to head to Mount Pleasant.
okay.
And I mean, not that this exists there anymore
No.
either, but there was a video store across the street. That's where the Scoreboard
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
The Alibi is Burger King. And
Okay.
that was my freshman year. It was Burger King.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just have shooters.
That's
And-
it?
No, you have the Gypsy Nickel.
But that's
That was
not-
Riverside when I was there.
The Gypsy's fun. Yeah. But
Do college kids not really go there?
it's more of like a just kind of sit and chat and drink. They have fun drinks.
Really?
I mean, that's
had
what
my
I've done.
21st birthday there. I stood on the bar and I was like, I never got an MIP. And then the owner looked at me and he goes, Katie, you've been drinking here for 3 years.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Yeah, right?
Now they have
It's called the Gypsy Nickel now. It was the Riverside when I was at Ferris. It's right on the river.
Oh, Ripples?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Someone fell off that deck once when I
Oh
was
God.
there.
Right in,
No big deal.
was the water up there or was it just grass?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure. Whatever.
Well, yeah, because it's like rocky all the way down.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
sure it
some-
didn't even.
Muskegon
I'm
River
sure it
runs
wasn't
right
even
there.
up to code.
I'm sure
You
it
know
felt
what I mean?
nice.
Yeah,
falling
I'm
down.
I'm sure it was
Yeah,
great.
yeah, no, the wood probably rotted in the yeah.
Slivers. What if you had to give the listeners one behind the scenes memory about Katie and me? What would it be?
Behind the scenes memory.
I just realized what BTS is, by the way.
What'd you think it was?
I don't know, but I thought it was like a band. I didn't know that.
It is a band.
I know,
Yeah.
but I did not know it was behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clever.
Again, the lingo in the biz.
In the biz.
I don't know. These are hard questions.
Really?
Uh,
It can be a happy or stupid.
behind the scenes memory. One that like pops up is like the first ever like that we filmed. It was like black. Like,
Yeah.
That. Nugget was staring at me
Just like now.
staring at me hardcore and growling.
You wouldn't.
And I was like,
but now he gets so excited to come to set.
he does. And that's really cute. It's like we have a call time and he runs and jumps right up. Or there's sometimes where we're like moving the set around and like he goes and sits up in the chair and it's like, well, we have to move that. And we have to kind of push him out of the way. And then we move the chair and he gets right back up in the other chair.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch The Righteous Gemstones?
No, you ask this all the time.
Anyway, they this season they have this monkey named Dr. Watson. And it reminds me of Mr. Nugget. This monkey will do anything. He'll
Oh,
be like,
that's
Dr.
funny.
Watson, I can't reach the TV. Can you please go get the remote? And he's like cruises over and gets the remote.
So I have a question. Is it an AI like generated monkey?
I don't know.
You can't tell.
I can't
because I
tell.
don't think they're allowed to use real monkeys anymore.
really?
Or apes or chimpanzees or anything.
I don't know what this thing is. He's cute. Dr. Watson.
That's really funny. So it's funny because we talked about Teen Jesus last
Yeah.
weekend. Or last
Teen
weekend.
Jis?
Teen Jis. And Teen Jis showed up like in my like Instagram. So it's a guy and he's like, rapping and he's like
Yeah.
singing. He's got like long hair and these glasses.
And he just did a bump of cocaine right before that.
amazing. And then like John Goodman's like in the back, like
Oh, yeah.
dancing around, like just annoyed. that
Yeah,
this
it's
is-
like, Eli, you ruined the shot. Oh my God.
My
I love
favorite
that.
was when you were like, it's politics, but with Jesus.
It's true.
Oh, because we were talking about the Pope.
Pope.
Yeah.
So it's funny. My dad sent me this thing on Instagram where these guys were like, "Oh, the NFL draft is super boring. We're more into the Pope draft." So then they had this Pope draft, and they were like bringing up all the guys who they're going to go
the
into conclave
Cardinals.
about. But then randomly they brought up. Oh crap! Who's the kid that could not get drafted for the life of him? But he was
Shador Sanders.
Yeah, Shador Sanders. And then so they're naming all these popes, and all of a sudden like Shador Sanders popped up.
Awesome.
And it's like, well,
he
he
could
can't
go.
get into the NFL, so maybe he can be Pope.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
It was really
That's funny.
That guy. What about him?
Well, the Cleveland Browns. So did you see like the footage where like him and his boys were like all excited? Okay,
Yeah, because they had that whole room.
Thank goodness, because we need to be on Shador's payroll, right? And then the Cleveland Browns were like, "Yay, we've got you!" Like their room was
and
not
it was
excited.
their second quarterback. Like there were so many teams that needed a quarterback.
Nobody wanted
and they just
someone
were
toxic.
like, pass, pass,
Oops.
So
because he's got that primetime blood.
well,
And
we'll
everybody's
see.
like, we don't need that kind of noise here.
But at the same time, people will go in the first round and they don't last in the NFL. And then what was Tom Brady? 5,
6?
6? Yeah. So you never know.
You never know.
Sometimes there's
He was also a backup quarterback in Michigan. He was not a starter.
right? So you never know. So, okay. So, favorite episode that you ever produced? It was the menopause one. Can we like boom swipe that out of
Sure,
the way?
yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to ask you a few
Yes.
questions about shit that we talk about on the show, and I want to know your opinion.
Okay.
Blake Lively. You've heard me talk and Meko talk about this whole Blake Lively,
It's-
Justin Baldoni.
What's your opinion?
It's
Like-
weird. Like I never see anything about it.
You
but
don't? It doesn't come up on your Instagram now?
No.
I'm
what
shocked.
comes up in your
Yeah.
algorithm?
A lot of camera stuff.
Okay,
okay.
valid.
Funny memes. I don't
Okay.
know.
But
Nothing.
nothing that
like
we talk about?
No,
It's
not
probably,
kinda
really.
it's
shocked.
probably not her age demographic
That's
either.
true.
But it's a little suspicious of all of it.
Are we your only news on the Blake Lively situation?
Pretty
you only
much.
get your information from us.
Yeah.
It's probably very confusing and you don't know
Your
what to
friends
pick.
aren't talking about Blake Lively.
There's maybe a few like TikToks about it,
Yeah.
but like every now and then. But like when you guys are talking about how it's all over on your feed and all this stuff, I haven't seen
That's
anything.
so funny. I wonder if they do it by age. Because I don't think my kids get it either. Like, they barely know who she is.
Yeah.
Alex got her hair care because their sorority got sent a bunch of
Oh, okay.
shampoos
Yeah.
to their house.
I know Blake
And that
Lively
was the
from
only reason why.
The Sisterhood of Traveling Pants.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
but
So
yeah,
you
Gossip
never
Girl.
watched Gossip Girl?
a
XOXO.
few episodes,
Yeah.
but nothing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It must be generational.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, because I think A Simple Favor 2 might be out now.
Oh. We're going to watch it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Is it going to be straight to
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
No movie theater. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
as it should be?
Yeah.
It belongs there.
So we'll see. I love Blake Lively's sister, Robin Lively. So you would not know her at all. She was popular in the 80s. Like she was in Karate Kid. Ugh, Teen Witch, best movie ever.
Who did she play in The Karate Kid?
She's like our age.
Yeah,
I mean, she's
a girlfriend.
probably my age.
Okay.
Yeah. After Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, she was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's pretty weird, and I didn't even think about it like when you had mentioned that Taylor Swift hasn't said anything or hasn't really,
How about this? How about this bit of news? Travis Kelsey stopped following Ryan Reynolds.
Ooh.
The sleuths are out there, and they
Whoa.
know. Don't
Yeah.
diss his boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was
He's-
weird
Stand up for my man.
with the whole like LLC thing.
Yes.
and how
The fake lawsuit.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, basically what they did is illegal. So
Yeah.
that will be interesting to see how that
Yeah.
plays out.
Because they obtained that phone from an illegal LLC. A
Yeah.
fake one. Yeah.
So basically, I find out all this stuff when you guys talk about it. And like, if I see anything, it's stuff you guys have already talked about.
Right.
Okay. Conversely, let me ask you this.
Whoops.
What do you guys talk about? Like, what gossip, what pop culture stuff do you guys talk about?
Oh,
Like you and
gosh.
Caitlin.
Nothing really.
What?
Like
You guys
You don't
don't have a
gossip about
conversation?
celebrities? Like,
my
I don't know.
like best friend from high school and we
Okay.
talk about
Okay, like what? Who?
like
Drake versus Kendrick?
Chad and I talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you? Team?
Kendrick.
Okay.
Yeah. But like
My girls were
gosh.
conflicted on that because they're like, well, Drake's Canadian, but he's a dick.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was like I guess one of the recent things, unless I'm just completely drawing a blank, his name's Clinton Kane. He's a singer.
Okay.
He like basically gaslit this girl and lied about everything, lied about like who he was and like
Oh, like
said
Zach
his-
Bryan?
Yeah. And said his mom like had passed away but she was actually real and like all this stuff and
Who is
like,
this kid? Or this
Clinton
boy?
Kane.
But
He's-
what is he?
He's a singer.
Oh.
What genre?
Pop, maybe.
Okay.
But he like
Can you sing a song?
no. I don't know much of his music.
Okay.
But yeah, and so then like the girlfriend like posted a bunch of videos exposing him and then he like sent follow-up videos and like you could just tell how dumb
Like,
he
why
was.
lie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
especially, dude, you're already famous in some way, shape, or form. Like, you might not be Zach Bryan famous and have that kind of money, but really?
I mean, the internet sleuths are going to pick it up at some point. It's a very technical, savvy world that we live in, right? Where you can't do anything without anybody finding out.
No.
Look at all the shit Candace Owens digs up about people.
I know. She's brilliant.
She's deep, too.
And she's got people that send her stuff and like factual with receipts. Like,
Yeah. Like,
she
have
talks
receipts.
really fast.
Emmanuel Macron.
But I will listen every once in a while because she's got the news. She's
like
got the
Brigitte-
good news.
Do you think Brigitte Macron is a woman or a man?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, so
The
it's
president of France's
wife.
But
Is that the thing you guys talked about?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
who is Brigitte or
Yes.
something like that?
yeah.
But not
Becoming
only
Brigitte.
do we not know if she was actually a man before, she's like what, 20, 30 years older than him?
Yeah, she was 48 and he was 14. And
She was his teacher.
and she could / be his uncle.
Oh gosh. yeah, no, I
So
don't
we
know.
don't really know. We don't really know.
Yeah. Anyway, this is what we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys talk about this Clinton guy. Who
and
else?
just like other things that pop up. Like we talked about the Zach Bryan stuff and
Okay.
all that. But
How do you feel about that whole situation?
I didn't really listen to his music. Like I like it,
Yeah.
but I wasn't like a diehard fan.
Yeah.
But from what I understood, it wasn't great.
No.
Yeah.
What he did wasn't great, and
I mean, I still listen to his music.
yeah,
I do. Every once in a while, he'll still put her cat Stump on Instagram.
does he still have it?
He still has Stump. Yeah.
He kidnapped that cat.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Rude.
He's gross.
Well, you're only posting that. So I would hope that she doesn't even follow him anymore.
Right.
But people are telling her that he posted the cat. You post the cat to get into her head, right?
sure.
And you probably have some other girl on the hook right now because you're a celebrity superstar.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that she went completely public about him being a giant douchebag. You're a rock star. People are going to flock to you.
Yeah,
And now he's starting, like, there was the Highwaymen, like, back in the day, like Willie Nelson and I don't remember anybody else who was in it, but, like, old-timey country stars. Like, these dudes were the Highwaymen. And now it's going to be him, Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs,
Oh yeah, they're all coming to Michigan Stadium in September.
and they're called, not the Highwaymen, but maybe, like, I don't know.
Cheaters?
I don't know. But the funny thing is, he was pissed when, why can't I think of her name now? I can see her face.
Zach Bryan's.
Yeah.
Brianna Chicken Fry.
Yes, Brianna. When Brianna was singing a Morgan Wallen song, like he got super pissed. Like they got into a huge fight about it, and now he's doing this whole like collab with him. See, money talks, friends.
Money talks, bitches. What did you think about the Blue Origin?
Like
rocket ship.
The women taking.
Yeah,
off.
you heard us give our opinion. I want to know your opinion.
It was silly to me personally. Like, and it did look like a penis, right? Like, I remember we were watching it, and like even before it took off, like they did like an aerial shot and kind of went around it, and the dirt looked like balls.
No way.
Yeah,
I missed that part.
Oh my
that
gosh.
is amazing.
Yeah,
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a giant dildo in the sky.
Yeah, but like, it was. I didn't hear anything about like the suspicion, like if the door was like, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then I started seeing stuff, and I was like,
You think they faked it?
I mean,
it's hard to tell.
it's hard.
Right?
Like, I thought maybe like with the technology we have, like we'd be able to get a live view of them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. So
Yeah.
it's like
I did see one view of, and I don't know if it was from a simulation, but they were like, oh my God, they were looking out and they were zero gravity. So they were all floating. So I don't know if that was practice.
I've seen those. But like, yeah, it was pretty weird. And just like when you guys had pointed out, they didn't have any spacesuits on. They were all like glammed up and out there.
And then came back glammed up. Like when you truly go into space, I mean, granted, these astronauts that go up there for long periods of time, they age. They literally age when they come back down. Because it takes a lot out of your body.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was. It was not Katy Perry or Gayle King. But one of the ladies that went in there, she was concerned that if she had her hair done beforehand, she didn't know what would happen to it.
She was the Asian astronaut. She worked for NASA.
She went to Dubai and did a space simulator with her hair done to make sure that the hair would hold when she landed and came out.
Literally got a blowout.
Flew all the way to Dubai to do it.
All you would have had to do is come to my backyard this afternoon.
Yeah, seriously.
And the wind
And the wind was so wild. Before I came here, I had to go chase down my crate that holds a bunch of our backyard shit. Flew into the neighbor's yard. I had to run and get it and drag it back into my yard. My hair could not have been any more like forward and
it's so windy here today. I can't even imagine what my yard's gonna look like when I get home. So I could not believe it. And there's literally, it was news footage. Like she said in the interview, well, you know, I was just worried about my hair. So I went to Dubai and did this like simulator.
That just gives the whole our whole race a bad name.
Well, that's why
Like,
no one
stop
thinks of
it.
this as
No one can take it
step
serious.
for little girls to be like, oh, I could go to space too.
Yes, I agree.
No,
I agree.
if
they would have taken it more seriously and been like, okay, we're not like just assholes going up into space. We are actually going to go up there because we want to know what it feels like so that we can come back and tell everybody else.
Yep.
That was not their objective at all. They were like, we're going to go up and we're going to look cute and we have designer aerospace
I
suits.
thought it was cringy when it was Katy Perry and I think also Gayle who kissed the ground.
Yes.
Like, if you actually
girl,
did, I get
for
it.
25
but like,
minutes.
Well,
If
I
that.
mean, you are getting blasted up into the atmosphere. You're probably like, oh shit, what if I don't return? So I get that part of it.
Yeah.
But they're making it seem like they were out to sea.
Yeah.
You know,
And they just saved lives of African
No.
children. They didn't do any of that shit. Yeah.
No. All right, P. Diddy. Let's talk about P. Diddy.
Okay.
All right. Do you think P. Diddy is actually in prison, or do you think it's his clone that's in prison and he's on like some island
that's
somewhere?
Ooh. I think anything's possible.
Right.
So I feel like if he's got a lot of money and knows a lot of people, maybe.
Well, he holds a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he has any money now. Right?
Yeah.
It's probably all frozen if he's in prison.
I think he like did weird stuff, like the way he sold things.
But he does hold
so that his
secrets.
kids could get some stuff. But yeah, he holds a lot of secrets. Well, it's just like the Epstein thing, like the one chick that came forward.
Committed suicide?
Yes.
Did she really, though?
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
All of that is just too.
Wasn't it the girl that Prince Andrew allegedly
Yeah.
saw? And now she committed
He said
suicide?
that's not him in the picture because his armpits don't sweat.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
That was
It's
his
so
excuse.
him.
That's because
why-
back then you didn't get Botox in your armpits, but you do now. Like, that's probably why.
Well, also, he was kind of, his mom, Queen Elizabeth, before she died, was like, please go to the back of the line.
Yeah.
In terms of the throne or whatever. Like he was, I don't even know the technical term. It's not dethroned, but he was definitely given a spanking too by the queen
Right.
before she passed away. And that was it wasn't for anything. Like he did something to piss her off.
He's the one that was married to Fergie.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her.
I did too.
I bet
she was
like,
a spark plug.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's probably like, thank God we got a divorce.
Right?
Creeper.
Yeah, because before she committed suicide, like a few weeks before that or something, she almost got hit by like a train or a bus.
Oh, convenient.
Yeah. So, and I mean, not that she had like a awesome lifestyle. Like obviously she held on to some serious demons. I think she was going through a divorce.
But
Things
she
were
didn't
not
deserve
good.
to die.
No, but I don't know. Yeah.
Seems too convenient.
I don't know. All right. The moment you realized our podcast was actually special and there was something here that you weren't just editing it as an intern and this was going to turn into something. When was it?
When you guys were talking about in the way beginning, like maybe 5 episodes in, about how like this is unapologetic, we're going to say what we want to say. And like,
And we did.
yeah, you did. But like, just your guys' banter is fun and like the stories and everything. So,
Which is why Two Truths and a Lie was difficult because I feel like we know so much about each other.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh, she's totally going to know that.
Yeah. Although when you said yours, I'm like, oh shit. I
You
don't know.
yeah. Okay, I can't wait
I
to
don't
hear
know.
the answers.
Yeah.
What's one dream guest you wish we would have had?
Bob Seger.
Right? Me too.
Just to see.
It's not over.
No.
Just
And
to
Bob,
see.
we are still here, and you're still sitting in your house somewhere in Jackson or wherever you're from.
I think it's in
Is it in
Clarkston.
Clarkston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. There's still time.
There's still time.
I know. All right. Before we get into our 2 truths and a lie, I think you have questions for us, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
Ooh.
I really have to use the bathroom.
Okay,
though.
go pee.
So
Me too.
Can we pause
Yes.
for a second?
Glow Medical Spa is Mid-Michigan's premier med spa for skin rejuvenation and anti-aging. The trained nurses and estheticians at Glow specialize in non-invasive facial aesthetics such as toxins, fillers, and lasers. Glow is ranked in the top 1% of all providers in the U.S. for Botox and filler, as well as Black Diamond Icon status for Hydrofacial.
Glow Body specializes in body contouring with Ensculpt Neo, Emcella, weight loss clinic, and therapeutic massage. Book an appointment today at glow-skinspa.com.
Okay, so
Where's Nugget? Oh, he's
right
with
there.
Kelsey. Oh, I love it.
he knows. He knows.
This is Kelsey's
Get him on
moment.
mic.
All right, Kelsey, ask us your
So
questions.
I have just some fun questions.
Okay.
I guess. What is the best compliment someone can give you? For example, mine is that I smell good, or my house or apartment smells really good.
Well, those are great compliments.
Yeah.
Well, I know that when I think somebody smells good, I always tell them because I'm like obsessed with like smells. But yeah, I smell good, or I don't know, just like you're pretty or you have nice hair. Like when someone gives me a compliment, I literally like gush over it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Are you like, I know sometimes when people give compliments and how do you take it? Like, are you like, oh, thank you? Or like, you know?
So now I immediately am just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You made my day.
Yeah.
I will immediately say that. Back in the day, I did not know how to handle it.
Yeah.
So I would not combat it, but be like, if someone was like, oh my gosh, I love your dress, I would have to be like, oh my God, I got it on sale. Like
Right,
that would
right.
have,
Yeah.
I would diminish it in some way.
Yeah.
Where now I'm just like, thank you so much. You completely made my day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I do love it when people tell me that my bar classes are awesome. So.
What is yours?
When somebody compliments me about my kids.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Okay. So I told you what my favorite episode was. What's your favorite episode so far?
Oh, when my dad was on.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think. One of my most memorable, probably one of my favorites, is when we were in Orange County. And we did it
that
with
was
the
super
girls.
fun.
Yeah.
that was
that
really
one was.
fun.
Yeah.
We just winged that one though.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
That's all right. Okay. If you could get rid of one season forever, which would it be?
Like of like fall, spring, winter,
Mine
summer.
would be winter.
You would get rid of winter. I would get rid of Michigan spring. Although I love spring, it's that first like hit of like warm weather. You know, the stuff starts to pop out of the ground. But I don't know. I love a good winter day when you can go skiing or it's enjoyable to be outside. I don't know. I'm just gonna say February, March.
Yeah.
Just February,
Yeah.
March.
Winter.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I hate the gray.
The gray and like, I mean, I don't do anything like.
But you're saying Michigan winter. I mean, winter if you lived in Colorado where it's like sunny all the time, but yet you're
Sure.
snowy in the
Michigan
mountains?
winter specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Michigan winters suck.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
but sometimes it's nice.
for about
Christmas Day. And then
a
after
day or
that.
two. Yeah.
I know, but it wasn't
shitty.
even snowy on Christmas. I think it was like February, and Chris was like, "Can we put the tree back up? Because now it feels like this is the kind of Christmas day
Pretty
we
Yeah.
much,
want."
yeah.
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 Okay. I think this was my last one. What is some advice you would give me as someone in their early 20s?
One, congratulations on being bold and taking a big move, right? So one, you're lucky that we love you so much that we're like, yeah, you get to keep your job and do it remotely. Because that can be scary.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Well, I remember like just freaking out. Like,
Oh, you were shaking when you told
yeah.
me. And you had already told like 3 other people before you told me, you know? But yes, congratulations, one, on that big move. And don't ever think you have to have it all figured out because it's okay not to know. You can ask questions, you can ask advice, but you just got to live life.
true. Yeah. That's kind of like things I've heard as like, you think you need to have it all figured out, but
Dude, I'm 44. I don't have it all figured out.
yeah, just trying to
Yeah.
live life.
Agree. Yeah. Definitely you can always change. Like there's always room for improvement in your life. You can be 23 or 43 or 53 and still not have it figured out, which is fine. Totally fine. But just have confidence in who you are. And I think you do. Like I don't know you super duper well, but from what I've seen, you seem to hold yourself very high in high regard and like you just keep doing that. You know, that will take you so far in your life, just knowing that who you are and what you stand for is who you want to be and like fuck everyone else. You know? That's very powerful.
And one thing we always say, you never don't peak. Never ever peak. If you don't like where you're at, you pivot so that you can keep rising in another direction. But never peak.
Noted. I'm glad this is recorded because just in case I forget, I can come
There
back.
you
Aw.
go. Perfect.
So,
Love that.
yeah.
Well, it was a great episode. Okay, so all right, peace out. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm sentimental like that. If you had a listen, here's the thing cocktail, what would it be?
An espresso martini.
Oh, I love
I
that.
agree. I agree.
I think tried espresso martinis because of either Poor Decisions or Listen, Here's the Thing.
Well,
And-
we did make them on Poor Decisions first, and then
Yeah.
you guys probably tried it after that. But yeah, have you ordered one at a restaurant
Yeah.
since?
Yeah.
I love that.
And
Delicious.
hooked?
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to say they are made differently, different places.
Yeah.
How do you request it being made?
I mean, I've only done it once.
Okay.
But I just said, can I have an espresso martini, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, here's the thing. We are taking you out to dinner after this. Do you want to go somewhere for a good espresso martini before we go to the restaurant of your choice? Because where we're going, they do not make them.
Sure.
Okay.
Done.
Perfect,
night
because
is-
it's across the street. So
The
it's
night
great.
is still young.
Yeah. Perfect.
If you enjoy our banter as much as we do, show us some love. Like, rate, follow, and share us with your soul sisters, your friends, acquaintances, random strangers on the street, your mortal enemy, and your family. And hey, tell us what you want our next episode to be about. It's like it's girls' night, but it's for all of us. Cheers to laughter, insights, and moments that matter. Let's keep this party going.
Should we talk about our 2 truths and a lie?
Yes, let's get back to it. This is how we're ending the
Repeat it
episode.
again.
Okay. So mine was, I played the clarinet in high school. I was born in 2001, and I prefer mountains over beaches.
Well, okay, you're 23 and it's 2025, so you were not born in 01.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Agreed.
how my math calculates.
I was born in 2001.
How?
Shit. She's in a fall.
Oh, you're going
birthday.
to turn 24.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
Our math sucks. Okay. I think it would be clarinet.
I did play the clarinet.
Oh, so what's the lie?
I prefer beaches over mountains.
Oh.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
I played the clarinet in junior high.
I played it like
I did too.
6th, 7th, 8th grade.
You had to get the reed all wet.
Oh,
Okay, so
God.
that wasn't in high school. That was in junior high. So when were you in the high school band?
Sorry, I did play freshman year, and then
Okay.
I was done after freshman year.
Technicalities, Katie.
Okay. Well, hey, we're
I did
playing
play the
2 truths
clarinet.
and a lie, so we have to be real here. All right, Meko.
Okay, what were mine? Shoot. See, this is why I had to write it down because I
So
would forget.
your father-in-law was a mason in Canada.
Yep.
Someone won the lotto.
My dad won the lottery, and Gordie Howe hunted on my grandma's property.
Okay, so I mean, the thing is, your dad could have won the lotto. I know that he wasn't like a big winner, but I mean, he could have won like the Powerball for $8. I mean, I'm gonna go with your father-in-law is the lie.
I say the lotto.
Okay. It was my father-in-law. I don't even know what a Freemason is in Canada.
I feel like if your father-in-law was a Freemason, I would have known
Yeah.
because it's something that he would have talked about. Because here is a fun fact about Randy's dad: he was in a flash mob in a mall,
And it went viral.
and it went viral.
Oh, wow.
And you want to know how I know that? Because the first time I ever met him, he showed me.
And he told you, he goes, Katie, we went viral.
So
Hey.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure if he was a Freemason,
He was in
he
it.
was holding on to some secrets.
Oh, yeah.
I would have
We-
known.
We know the secrets.
Yeah.
My dad won the lottery.
For how much?
50,000.
Oh, that's
Wow.
actually a lot bigger.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I was in 4th or 5th grade. So he won a scratch-off ticket, and it took him to this on TV like lottery thing where you had to like spin, and he won that. And when I was like, how old are you in 5th grade? 10?
Yeah.
8, 10? That was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he's like,
That's
I
50
won
grand. I would love to win 50
grand.
grand right now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And so he gave me like, I don't know, $250 or something like that. No, $500. That's what it was. And I was like, oh my God, I am so rich right
Yeah.
now. Yeah. So he did.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then Gordie Howe did hunt at my grandma's property.
I would think that was very realistic because your grandma had land and he probably, deer or turkey?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
My grandma had acreage in Rhodes, Michigan. Do you guys know where Rhodes is? It's
I think
near
I've heard of it.
Pinconning. And she had this big, they called it the Aspel Hotel. So she had this huge, huge house. This is my great grandma. And she would just cook for people. And somebody knew a bunch of the Red Wings, and they went up and stayed at her place and hunted.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love
Long time
that.
ago.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, so Chris and I were on our turkey extravaganza this past weekend. I have no turkey to show, but We did go for a ride to all the places where he has permissions for private property. And we stop at this one, and he's like, oh, we're going to stop and talk to this old guy. I love him, and he loves it when, like, we come out there. So Chris is like, hey, you know, how are you? And the guy's, like, on oxygen, and he's, like, barely hanging out of, like, his little, like, Ranger. And he's like, look at me. How do you think I am? You know, his pants are falling off. They're, like, unzipped. He's like, I'm planting onions. And there's, like, 4 onions planted in the ground. He's like, you want to come back and help me? And I'm like, I feel like we should go back and help him and like bring him dinner. Like he was so sweet.
It also sounds
so
like
nice.
a relative of mine. Where did you go?
Kind of like Auburn, Bay City area.
Oh no,
Yeah.
mine are north.
All right, my 2 truths and a lie. My sister and I have kissed the same boy. I love folding sheets, especially fitted sheets. And I have been kicked out of Shooters multiple times in the same night.
Sheets
Is
the lie.
okay.
I would say the first one is a lie.
My sister and I have kissed the same boy. My sister and I have kissed the same boy.
Oh.
And I love folding sheets.
Even fitted ones?
Love folding fitted sheets. You want to know why? Because I read Martha Stewart magazine when I first got married, and I did it step by step. And I love that I can perfectly fold.
Well, you need to give us
sheet.
a tutorial because I don't know how to do it very well.
And I
they
love
always
showing
end up
people
liking a
how to
ball.
fold sheets.
Yeah.
And so then the flat sheet, I fold it up and lay it out nice and long. And then I put my perfect square fitted sheet, then the 2 pillowcases on top of the fitted sheet. And then I wrap it all together and then put it in the linen closet so that you have the perfect, like you pull out the
Tori
whole set
must
of sheets.
love you.
I just set it right on top of the bed.
Mine looks like a whirlwind of like
That's about how mine looks
shit
too.
on top of the bed. I do leave it out for her, but I don't fold it.
Oh no, it's perfectly folded. I mean, my bed's a mess because I know she's coming and she'll change the sheets, but I set that perfect little bundle right on top.
So then what was the lie?
The lie is I have not been kicked out of Shooters multiple times, which I love that you guys were like,
Oh, I thought that was a given.
that is true. Multiple times in one night. I've never been kicked out of a bar.
Oh, I have.
No, I've never been kicked out of a bar.
Me either.
I've had a friend kicked out of the bar, and I have gone with them in support because they obviously needed to be guided home, but I have never been kicked out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was kicked out of a bar in Royal Oak. In fact, my friend Jean, we were just talking about this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. It was so funny. She got in a fight with a girl. I didn't really get kicked out. I guess she didn't either. We just had to go. Like, she...
You just knew bad shit was going to go down.
She
so you had
choked
to
a
leave.
girl at a bar.
What?
Like, didn't choke. She was fine. She held her up
Okay.
by her neck.
That's kind of choking out.
And then she's like, she came over, the calmest person. She goes, we need to go. I was like, whoa, you know, whatever. We're at 6th Avenue. Yeah, what? And she's like, I just choked someone out. We got to go right now.
Well, it's like that
I'm sorry,
meme,
what?
but it's from the movie where it's like, I need your help. I can't tell you what
Yeah.
we're doing, where we're going to go, what we're going to do.
Shit. We better get the fuck out of here.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Oh, that's too
Yeah.
funny. So
It was for a good reason. And that girl
Jean
fine.
was here with a couple of her girlfriends so they could do like a whole glow extravaganza. And one of the ladies was talking about how she's an empty nester now and she needs hobbies. So I had this thing show up in my Instagram feed that was, I'm picking up my granny hobbies, and it's gardening, canning, like all those kinds of things. And I'm really kind of digging deep into myself because I'm starting to realize,
Are you
like,
gonna homestead?
Meko, I either am or you're gonna be like, get in the fucking car, we're going somewhere. Because I'm like, well, I gotta feed the goats and the hogs till my garden.
No.
I'm slightly concerned.
I'm
that-
concerned.
I don't know. Like, I'm really starting to go, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do when Kylie's gone? Like,
Travel. Do shit. Don't, like, what do you even, with goats? No. You are not. No.
I don't know. I'm starting to think about different things. I'm gonna do like granny hobbies.
No, you're not.
I mean, I say do what you want.
Right?
I don't. No, you're not. That's ridiculous. We're not doing that.
I feel like Miko's gonna keep me balanced.
We're not doing that.
Well, Kelsey, thank you for being our guest for the 40th episode.
Thank you for having me.
Are you excited to edit this one?
Yes.
She's already editing in her head.
Honestly, there was a few parts where I'm like, okay, that could be part of the teaser.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm excited to edit it, not to see myself because I'm normally behind it. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
You're great. I'm sure you're great on camera. You're cutie. Stop it.
Oh, you have a great smile and you have a great enthusiasm, and you make people feel comforting.
Well, that's
Right?
good.
Yeah. No, I think so.
I would hate to make someone
Listen,
uncomfortable.
you had a chick stare at you from across the bar, and then she was so compelled by you that
Even
she was like, I don't
that
care
she
that she
wanted
has ketchup
Jack
and barbecue sauce
Jack
all
or
over her
whatever.
face. I'm going on this app and saying, where's the chick with the hey dudes in the gray shorts?
Wait, what is it called? Yak and
Yak.
Yik yak. Is it still a thing?
Yeah, just not as
Popular?
relevant
What's
to
it? Is
me.
it like
Oh. I just need to know if Kylie needs to download this Yik Yak app.
She could. It's
Yeah.
is it like Facebook but for real life?
it's like everyone's anonymous and
Oh, well, that's not fun.
like
So it's Craigslist meets
Yeah.
Tinder meets
Oh, Tinder. That's what I was thinking of. But Tinder's not anonymous either, is it? No, it's
No,
not.
Tinder. Well, unless you lie about who you are. But I say Tinder, Bumble, whatever.
We're so
only
behind the
because
times with the dating
you
apps.
tried to hook up through it. So I mean, it worked out.
Dating
That's
apps
good.
were sort of when I was dating was sort of like a faux pas. Like no one admitted if there were, first of all, there weren't any dating apps. Maybe there was Match.com.
Match.com was the first one.
Was that even a thing?
So I have a good friend who her oldest sister met her husband on Match.com and ended up moving to Norway because that's where the guy was from.
Wow.
And yeah,
Did he chop her up and put her in a bag?
No, they're happily married and have like grown children now.
Oh, that's good.
But then years later, only to have my friend meet her husband, like on Tinder. I think it was on Tinder, and they don't like to make that part of their story. I was like, fuck
Why?
it, who cares?
It's normal now.
Yeah,
I'd hold that like a badge of honor.
Right?
We survived Tinder.
So
Yeah.
But I mean, things started just in like a hookup scenario.
Yeah.
But then obviously they kept wanting to hang out with each other.
That's good.
And now they're happily married, have a couple of kids, and life is grand.
That's awesome. Because
So-
before you used to have to go hunt for it. Like in real life.
Yeah.
At a bar. Like Caitlin
Yeah.
did to you. Like you.
Yeah.
Here.
now.
Now.
Yeah.
Number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Chris and I were best friends, and basically he told me, you need to go dump your boyfriend and then come back here and be my girlfriend. And I was
Bold.
like, so I guess I'll be back. So he's like, you were back in like 5 minutes. It was not 5 minutes. It was a couple of hours.
You did it that night? Like Johnny on the spot?
Yeah, I wasn't really into the dude anymore,
Oh.
and I had liked Chris for a long time, but I just didn't know how to go about it.
Did you do it in real life? Like in real person?
Yeah. I left, went to his house, talked to him about it,
So I
and he
need to-
was like, I fucking knew it. I knew you and Kiefer, blah,
need
blah,
to
blah, blah.
talk.
Yeah.
Was
And
he
I-
invited to the wedding?
He's fat now, too. He's gross. Dodged a
He
bullet.
peaked.
He peaked in college. The dude was hot in college. He is not now. Mm-mm.
I love seeing old boyfriends that become really terrible. That's always just
Well,
so-
and this
it's like a
cat
medal
wasn't
of honor
great
to me.
either.
Like,
But
yes, you did suck. Also, now you're fat and ugly, and you have ugly children. So there you go. That's what you get.
blame it on the kid.
Well, I blame the person that he
He's an ugly individual, so he had ugly
reproduced
kids.
with
Oh, yeah.
to make it ugly. You know what I mean? You can't just keep regenerating ugly people unless you marry ugly people.
And on that note, we bid you adieu.
Regenerating.